Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about why you should be paying attention to FXRP on the Flare network. What are F assets? These are wrapped tokens on the Flare networks that represent an asset from blockchains that do not have smart contracts functions, such as BTC, XRP, and Doge. They will enable these tokens to participate in Flare decentralized finance ecosystem. How does this work? XRP has the escrow function, so Flare designed the core vault, which is a dedicated vault address on the XRP ledger that facilitates efficient liquidity management. It has different security layers. It has no automated signing. It limits the exposure by locking excess XRP daily withdrawal cap, and it restricts the amount of XRP that can leave that vault. So what does this mean? This provides a trustless method to bridge your XRP to Flare, converts it into a ERC20 smart contract token. So once you bring XRP to Flare, it works in the same way as Flare or ETH or any of the ERC20 tokens. As you can see, TVL is been growing substantially over the last months, and this will only increase when XRP lands on Flare. So yeah, it's a good time to be paying attention for sure. What about the EVM sidechain? Well, markets take time. TVL needs to grow, and that is not an easy task. Flare has been building its DeFi capabilities for over a year, and when FXRP launches on Flare, a suite of DeFi protocols with sufficient TVL will be immediately available. The EVM sidechain is still in testing. After it launches, the markets need to be established, and the TVL needs to grow, and this could take at least a year. I don't know if it could be a little bit faster, but it's going to definitely take much longer than deploying on a chain that is already been growing its DeFi capabilities. XRP also has an AMM. The only difference is that on the XRP ledger, the only way to do AMM is a full range. That means that you're providing liquidity from 0 to infinity. So what's happening is that very little of your capital is actually being used to do the trades. Your capital supports trades at any price, so you're always in range and you're always making fees on every trade. The XRPL only has this option. Concentrated liquidity is when you provide liquidity in a very specific price range. For example, a plus minus 30% around the current price. This is exclusive to the Uniswap V3 AMM. And how this works is that your capital is focused in the chosen range. You're earning much higher fees as long as the price stays in range, but you earn nothing when it's out of range. Flare has both options. You can do a full range or a concentrated liquidity. As you can see, in this case, I have a 35% wide LP, and it's giving me around 8.74% per month in fees. So you cannot get this on a full range liquidity pool. You can do borrowing and lending. What this means is that you lend your XRP and then you can borrow capital against it. This works in an over-collateralized way. So in the example that I'm showing right now, I lend $300 of Flare and I'm taking $81 of stablecoins. The moment that FXRP lands on Flare, this will be available. I mean, maybe a week or two, but this will open very fast, much faster than if you are starting a new market. So by over-collateralizing your loan, you can have access to capital. On the XRP ledger, if you want to do DeFi, there's only two options. You deposit some stablecoins and then you join 50-50 between XRP and real USD or USDC on a pool. As the price rises, you sell your XRP for stables and then you're missing out on price appreciation. The other option is that you sell half of your XRP and you enter the AMM. In this case, you're also missing out on potential price gains and you already sold half of your XRP. On Flare, there's many ways that you could do, and just as a note, I am oversimplifying this just to make a point. There's a strategy behind everything that I'm saying, and that it's a little bit more in depth. Right now, I just want to share with you, DeFi on Flare is superior to what's available for XRP. You could lend your XRP, you could borrow against it, and then use the capital to enter in an AMM pool. If the price rises, your position gets converted to stables, but your debt remains fixed. So that allows you to repay the loan and retain the profit. In favorable market conditions, you could loan against your XRP, buy more XRP, and that is called looping. This is fully decentralized. It requires no permission, credit checks, or long waits for loan approvals. There will also be staked XRP. You lock your XRP on the XRPL, and you will get a liquid stake token that is ERC20. So that means that you can use it as any other token on Flare. You will be able to provide capital on Kinetic, or you can even pair it on a SXRP FXRP pool. This can be a low risk maneuver and you're earning, and because the prices of SXRP and FXRP should maintain some kind of ratio, you don't have to worry too much about impermanent loss. A beautiful thing about DeFi on Flare is that it can be as straightforward or as intricate as you prefer to explore. How much time you are willing to spend learning this is the only limitation. We also have a trading algorithm that you can program with Raindex, and this can do whatever you want. So you can say maybe each 5% increase or decrease, you want to be trading back and forth. So you can do a lot of things. It's a lot of fun. I've been playing with it and it's super interesting program. Then you can also do futures in a fully decentralized way with XDeFi. And then you have perpetual markets on Spartex. The difference is that futures have an expiration date and perpetuals don't. Perpetuals, you can also use leverage to increase your potential gains, but it also makes it that if the market goes in the different direction, you increase your losses as well. For Perps Market, you can currently use SFlare, Flare, USDT Zero, and very soon FXRP as a currency to set up the perpetuals. So yeah, this sounds wonderful, but DeFi requires a lot of time to learn and to master. You can practice minting and redeeming on Songbird, but the excitement will begin with Flare's launch. Study how these protocols function and how to manage capital and risk. Mistakes in DeFi have no fallback, so start small and scale up as you gain knowledge and experience. If you mess up in DeFi, there's no one to ask for a refund. So make sure that before you start clicking buttons, you perfectly understand what you're doing. At flareforward.com, we have a whole bunch of learning material and dedicated support. My YouTube channel has numerous videos to help you grasp key terms and concepts. I would recommend that you prioritize understanding the why behind DeFi, because the how is the easy part. If you don't understand why, you're just going to be copying other people's strategies, and your strategies and your needs and your goals and your risk tolerance is very different than everybody else. So don't mimic other people. Learn how to craft your own strategy. And my biggest recommendation here is stop chasing yields. Make a plan and execute it. If the data says that your plan is not looking as you thought, then readjust. But just chasing yields, that's the easiest way to lose money in DeFi. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time.